4 things you need to know about Intel's XMP 3.0. XMP 3.0 is new, brings heaps of new features, and could make your RAM run faster than ever. Here is how it works. With no substantial upgrade since 2007, Intel's Extreme Memory Profile, better known as XMP, has now come out with the new XMP 3.0, coinciding with the launch of DDR5 RAM. Launching the third version of XMP was the natural continuation of the line, especially considering the changes introduced by the differences between DDR5 and DDR4 RAM. So, what does XMP 3.0 do? How exactly does XMP 3.0 work, and what technology does it use to boost your PC performance? We will get into those explanations in a moment, but first, a quick refresher on what an XMP profile is. XMP profiles, a brief overview. Before understanding how XMP works, you first need to know about JEDEC. The JEDEC memory standards are the name of a set of standardized timings and speeds that your memory will run at when you install that memory into a system. These default speeds, which are usually at lower values than those advertised, are set by JEDEC. Unless you change these default settings, your RAM will continue to run at the default speed to ensure stability. So, to provide users with a simple and quick solution to modify these RAM speeds, Intel created Extreme Memory Profile. In short, XMP allows you to set your RAM to perform at advertised speeds without compromising the stability ensured through the default settings. So, knowing what XMP actually does for your PC, we can now take a closer look at how XMP 3.0 brings additional improvements and benefits. How does XMP 3.0 work? As the third version of Intel's XMP, XMP 3.0 is an upgraded release for the new DDR5 RAM, and it improves on the existing XMP scheme in several ways. These improvements are what we are going to discuss in a minute, within the 4 most important things you need to know regarding this upgrade. To begin with, the new generation of XMP comes with more profiles and more flexibility in customizing these profiles, as well as an increase of space from 102 bytes for XMP 2.0 to 384 bytes of control for XMP 3.0. The improvements made to this new version of XMP will redefine memory overclocking and bring several benefits to the system's performance. 4 things you need to know about XMP 3.0. Let's get more specific with those improvements and benefits that Intel is providing through the new XMP 3.0. Here are 4 essential things you need to know about how XMP 3.0 works, what technology it uses, as well as its key benefits to PC performance. What technology does XMP 3.0 work with? XMP 3.0 works with Intel's Dynamic Memory Boost technology, introduced on the 12th Gen Alder Lake CPUs, which also support DDR5 RAM. This new technology is an intelligent overclocking feature that ensures performance on demand, which means that the system will automatically detect if currently used applications could benefit from boosted RAM speeds. If so, it will adjust these speeds accordingly. Allowing the built-in memory controller of the CPU to switch from default JEDEC speeds to XMP profiles intelligently will enable excellent performance when required and to revert to lower speeds when not in use. How is XMP 3.0 useful for overclocking? The most remarkable improvement that comes with XMP 3.0 is the total number of available profiles. XMP 3.0 increases from 2 to 3 factory profiles, plus 2 additional rewritable profiles, which you can customize and rename. So, you can find the best possible RAM performance by tweaking the modules and saving profiles you are already tested. If you are skilled in memory overclocking, otherwise, stick to default profiles. Giving you a total of 5 extreme memory profiles, XMP 3.0 will offer you the best tools to tweak the modules and find which profile provides you with the best combination of performance and stability. So, in terms of overclocking, XMP 3.0 is useful as it makes it easier, quicker, and more convenient. Last but not least, overclocking greatly benefits from XMP 3.0 in terms of safety. Generally, any type of overclocking comes with a risk of system instability. But the configurations included within the XMP profiles are properly tested for the particular memory used so that the voltage, timing, and frequency are set to maximum compatibility and stability. Therefore, XMP 3.0 is also useful for overclocking with greater stability than it would be possible with manual overclocking. Is XMP 3.0 just for Intel hardware? Even though XMP is an Intel technology, it has also been successfully implemented on AMD motherboards as AMD Memory Profile, EOP, Extended Overclock Profile, or DOP, Direct Overclock Profile. So, even though XMP 3.0 is only available for Intel platforms at launch, it is expected to appear on AMD platforms with the launch of Zen 4 later in 2022. What memory modules are already XMP 3.0 ready? If you want to ensure that you are ready for XMP 3.0, you should start by checking Intel's official list of memory modules approved for the new tech. Unfortunately, it's a somewhat short list at the moment, covering specific combinations of motherboards, processors, and memory modules. If you own a motherboard CPU combo on the list, make sure that you buy RAM specifically stated as XMP 3.0 ready by Intel. The list will be revised as more modules qualify for XMP 3.0, so make sure to check back on it regularly, especially if you are preparing to buy parts for a new build. XMP 2.0 versus XMP 3.0, what's new? To sum it up, coming along with the new DDR5 and the dynamic memory boost technology, XMP 3.0 ensures intelligent switching from JDEC speeds to XMP according to automatically detected performance requirements of the running applications. With 3 vendor profiles instead of 2, plus 2 additional customizable profiles that you can rename to avoid confusion during module tweaking, XMP 3.0 ensures simple and convenient overclocking and high-performance RAM running above standard speeds without giving up on compatibility and stability. With all this in mind, it's safe to say that XMP 3.0 is the most significant upgrade to XMP since Intel launched it back in 2007, bringing some substantial improvements to the system performance and overclocking experience.